Hello and happy Tuesday, y'all. I've been doing some deep, big work as of late, and I keep coming back to this core kernel of truth. Forgiveness, 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 forgiving yourself, forgetting anyone who's harmed you. Now, you're all gonna fall into likely one of two camps. One is the camp where you're still a little stuck in blaming others and you don't want to forgive, you're holding the grudge, you feel like it protects you, it feels safer to be in the space of anger or blame. And then the other camp, the other sort of danger pitfall we can fall into is forgiving too quickly. And this is a form of spiritual bypassing, where you don't actually take the time to hold someone to account, to ever communicate that you were hurt in the first place, to see yourself the ways that someone has disappointed you or harmed you, and you just go straight to assuming that it's your fault, or you go straight to assuming, well, I'll just forgive them, like good vibes only, let me just get back into feeling good, okay? And this is definitely the camp that I fall into. I have a tendency to do the spiritual bypass, to just do anything I can to get back to everybody being nice to each other and everybody feeling good and happy. Okay, the danger in the bypassing is that if you try and forgive someone without ever communicating it or without ever acknowledging it, one, you might be empowering this person to continue to harm you or to continue to harm others, to not really invite them to step up spiritually, to step into who they can really truly be. The other danger is, how can you forgive someone if you don't know what you're forgiving them for, right? If you've put on blinders to what is, and you're not willing to hold someone else accountable to the truth because you yourself are not willing to face the truth, then how can you forgive someone? Because you don't even know what the transgression is fully. I had a session with my coach this morning, and I was telling her I was going to do this thing on forgiveness. And she was like, no, you're not allowed to forgive yet. I was like, what? And she's like, no, you can't forgive yet. She's like, you owe me a list of all the ways that you've been hurt. You owe me a list of all the ways that you've been wronged. Because she's like, until you do that, until you can fully see it, you don't even know what you're forgiving. Oh, I want to share a quote. Forgiveness does not change the past, but it sure does change the future. Forgiveness does not change the past, but it sure does change the future. I actually have a downloadable audio that you can do on your own. So if you like this, you can just download it, keep it in your pocket, zivameditation.com/forgiveness. And I start that exercise with this quote because it's just a beautiful reminder of why we would even do this. Why would we spend the time dredging up this pain, thinking about the ways that someone has hurt us or the ways that we've hurt ourselves? Why would we go about doing that? Because it changes your whole future. Also, if you do this deep core foundational work, we can stop playing spiritual whack-a-mole, right? Because if you don't forgive yourself, you can't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, get ready for a lifetime of spiritual whack-a-mole. A lifetime of, codependence, alcoholism, I'm dating a narcissist, I haven't healed my daddy issues. Like, it's just gonna be like, until you truly forgive and love yourself. So we might as well just go to the kernel of the kernel of the kernel. Yes? Ideally, we're all moving towards this elevated state of consciousness where we can start to hold simultaneity, where we can start to hold the past, present, and future, where we start to see things more from a divine POV than a human POV. But while we're dancing this dance, I think it's important to know where on the human scale we are. Are we closer to the blaming side of the scale, of the spectrum, where we need to be faster to forgive? Or are we closer to the spiritual bypassing side of the spectrum, where we need to hold ourselves and others to task and be honest about what's happening before we forgive?